Nancy's Story World. Title: The Secret Behind Mama Osas Stew. They said her stew was the best in all of Egba. But no one knew why the dead kept coming back for more. This is the chilling secret of Mama Osas Stew. In the quiet village of Egba, where villagers live happily with each other as they go about their normal daily activities, lived a woman known by all and feared by some, Mama Osas. She was a widow in her early 60s, tall, dark-skinned with cheeks that hung with wisdom and eyes that had seen too much. Her husband had died many years ago, and her only son had gone to Lagos, leaving her with nothing but memories and her food. But Mama Osas didn't just cook, she created. Her stew had a life of its own, thick, aromatic, with a red that glowed under lantern light. People came from all corners of Egba to eat her food, and once they tasted her stew, they never forgot it. Some swore they dreamt of it. Others said they felt strangely full even the next day. But the story of Mama Osas truly began on the night it rained without thunder. That kind of rain was rare in Egba. The villagers believed that when rain falls without warning and without thunder, something unseen walks the earth. That night, Mama Osas had just finished cleaning her small stall and was heading home. She passed through the narrow bush path, humming one of her husband's favorite songs, when she heard footsteps behind her. She turned. No one. She walked faster. The footsteps followed. She stopped. The sound stopped too. A cold breeze brushed her ears. Then a voice. Low, hollow, gentle. Your stew smells like home. She turned again, and there he stood, a man she didn't recognize. He was tall and slim, with skin so pale it looked powdered. He wore an old buba and sokoto, the kind worn in the 1960s. And though he was soaked from the rain, he left no footprints behind. Mama Osas, being a proper Benin woman, didn't show fear. She clutched her wrapper tightly and replied, "Come by tomorrow if you want food." He smiled. His teeth were too white. Tomorrow then. By morning, she had almost forgotten the encounter, until she opened her stall and saw him, sitting quietly by the corner, waiting. She served him. He ate with a calm that made her uneasy. When he finished, he bowed slightly. "Thank you, Mama. You have the hand." From that day, strange things began to happen. People started queuing at her stall before dawn. Strangers appeared, travelers who claimed they heard about her stew from their dreams. Some walked miles. Others claimed her name came to them in visions. Mama Osas was confused, but business was booming. Her small wooden stall turned into a cement structure. She hired 2 young girls to assist. Money flowed. Her son started calling more often. She could even send him something in Lagos. But deep down, she knew it wasn't normal. Because every night, without fail, the pale man returned. He never said much, never paid, just sat, ate, and disappeared. One night, he spoke again. "You've accepted the gift," he said. Mama Osas blinked. "What gift?" He dipped his fingers in the stew and licked them slowly. "The gift of taste from beyond." She didn't sleep that night. The next morning, while grinding pepper, she noticed something strange. The pepper seeds, normally dull, were glowing faintly. She blinked again. The glow faded. She shook her head. "I need rest." But rest was a luxury she couldn't afford. Her stew was now famous. People from Benin, Ochi, even as far as Warri came to eat at her shop. They called it the healing stew. They said it cured ulcers, soothed heartbreak, and brought strange, vivid dreams. But with the fame came whispers. Some customers said they saw shadows moving behind her, even when she stood alone. Others claimed her stew never went cold, even after hours in the open. Still, she cooked, she stirred, she served. Until one day, a young girl named Ivy came to help in the kitchen. Ivy was the daughter of Mama Y, Mama Osas' late friend. She was sharp, curious, and sensitive to things others couldn't see. That first evening, Ivy whispered to her, "Mama, there are people sitting in the back, but they're not real humans." Mama Osas froze. "Don't say such things, child." Ivy didn't speak of it again. But that night, Mama Osas followed her to the back of the kitchen. The place was empty, but it felt full. She began to see them after that. Silhouettes at dusk, cold patches in the air, dishes that cleaned themselves. And always, the pale man. He was no longer alone. More came. A woman with a deep gash across her throat. A boy with eyes too large. An old man with no legs. They never spoke. They only watched her cook. One night, she confronted him. "What are you?" He smiled again. "You already know. I didn't ask for this," Mama Osa said. "You accepted it. That night you fed me. I fed you because I didn't know who you were. But you didn't ask." Mama Osas didn't stop cooking. She couldn't. Each day the line outside her shop grew longer. But the glow in her stew became stronger too, the taste richer, and the shadows deeper. Then things began to sour. Ivy fell ill. Her dreams were filled with fire and screaming. She woke up with burn marks on her feet. The stew started cooking itself sometimes, bubbling even before fire touched it. One day, she caught herself while slicing onions. A single drop of blood fell into the stew, and the pot sang. The spirits clapped. It was then Mama Osas knew. She had become a vessel. She stopped sleeping. She prayed. She fasted. She went to a prophet in Abudu who warned her, "What you feed is feeding you also. And when you starve it, it will starve you too." She tried to quit. She closed her store for a week. But on the seventh night, her son called from Lagos. His apartment caught fire, mysteriously. He barely escaped. She opened the shop the next day. The spirits returned. And so did the customers. But now Mama Osas cooked with shaking hands. Her heart was heavy, her joy gone. She begged the pale man, "Please let me go." He shook his head. "You're the bridge, Mama. The stew is our bond." She asked, "What do you want?" Mama Osas asked. "To be remembered," he replied. And that was the truth. The spirits were forgotten souls, victims of war, of disease, of old village violence. They had no names, no graves, no stories. But through her stew, people dreamed of them, spoke of them, remembered them. Still Mama Osas has had enough. She couldn't live like this, half woman, half shrine. So, she made a choice. One early morning, before the cock crowed, she took a fresh pot, poured the last of her red oil, added onions, peppers, spices, but no meat. No fish, just ash. She stirred it under the moonlight and whispered, "I see you, I fed you, I remember you, but I am no longer yours." The pot screamed. The wind rose. The shadows swirled. The pale man appeared one last time. He looked hurt, not angry. "Are you sure?" he asked. Mama Osas stood tall. "I fed the dead. Now let the living feed me." He bowed and vanished. The next day, the pot was empty. No heat, no glow, just food. Normal food. Customers still came. Some complained the taste had changed. Some left. Others stayed. But Mama Osas was free. She still cooked, with love, with fire, with peace. And every now and then, when the wind is just right, The stew bubbles on its own just for a moment. But she smiles and says gently, I remember, but I don't serve anymore. From that day on, her life was her own. But tell me, if the dead came knocking, offering you fortune in exchange for one meal, would you dare to feed them?